Joining us now, U.S. national editor for the Financial Times, Ed Luce, and Arkansas soybean farmer Scott Brown. Scott, the hits just keep on coming. I'll come to you in that in a moment. But Ed, first off, explain why Argentina is in need of this bailout.
Well, President Milei has imposed. Remember, Argentina is the most bankrupted country in history. It's defaulted 9 times on its sovereign debt. So this isn't a new story for Argentina. President Milei has imposed this austerity package to bring down hyperinflation. It succeeded for a while, but the hardship it imposed on the Argentinian voter led to his party's defeat in local elections a few weeks ago, in early September, which panicked the markets that he wasn't going to be able to sustain this strong peso, which he's used to keep inflation down, and therefore people started selling the peso. And that led to a run on the currency and the usual balance of payments problems that Argentina has chronically suffered from. And Milei now faces midterm elections in a few days from now, at the end of October. And if he loses those, then this once sort of globally praised experiment, libertarian experiment, will probably be over, because the opposition Peronista party are very opposed to these measures. So Trump's giving him $20 billion, pretty much with no strings attached and with no possibility of regional contagion. This is not like Mexico in the 90s or the Asian economies in the late 90s or the great financial crisis. This is a problem in one country. And the fact that he's giving this $20 billion credit swap line, but it's free money, at a time when the US government is shut down and when America's farmers are really suffering from the trade war and the close off of their export markets. And on top of that, that China is now buying its soybean from Argentina and not the United States. Well, you know, this has the makings of a really egregious step by the president, to put it mildly.
Yeah, I'm going to get to the domestic politics in a moment, but just one more on the motivation here. Why would the U.S. do any of that? Why would they want to save Argentina's economy in that way, Milei's presidency or his ruling coalition? What's in it for us?
Well, so you must remember that Milei is a real darling of the MAGA right. And in fact, the CPAC conference was held in Buenos Aires last December with Milei as the star of the show and many of Trump's incoming cabinet going down there to speak. And Milei, of course, was famous with the chainsaw. He's taken that metaphorical chainsaw to the government bureaucracy in Buenos Aires, and he presented a real chainsaw to Elon Musk a few weeks after Trump was inaugurated. So he is a buddy. He's a great friend. And I think that's part of it. And another part of it is a lot of big American hedge funds are heavily exposed, are heavily reliant in their investments and bets on the success of the Milei experiment. And if that fails, a lot of people who are very close to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent are going to take a haircut, as they say, in the markets.
Well, that's interesting. Donald Trump was asked what makes Argentina so worthy of this. Here's what he said.
How is this Argentina rescue package America first? And is this rescue package meant to help President Milei's party in the coming election?
No, it's really meant to help a good financial philosophy where Argentina can, after 20 years of disaster, because it was very successful at one point, and it can be again, like Venezuela. Venezuela was very, very successful, and now it's a dictatorship. We want to help Argentina, and we want to always help ourselves, but we want to help Argentina.
Okay, so Scott, what do you think of that?
Well, I think you've got a bigger problem. I think somebody needs to ask Argentina what they did with the $18 billion that China gave them in 2009 that they haven't paid back yet. So now in 16 years, Argentina's got $38 billion of money to prop their economy up while it does nothing but knife me at home. They filled my orders in China. They will fill the bean meal orders. I mean, in what world is it good to loan people, the worst person in the world, to pay back money to prop up their economy, to protect hedge funds, who are deeply immersed in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Every morning when I watch the market, they tell me if the funds are long or short, and that tells me what my it's not supply and demand, it's what the funds do. So how is this a good deal for me at all?
What if the administration is giving you and other farmers a bailout? Does that help?
Well, I want trade, not aid. I mean, I understand that there's a lot of boys that's painted in the corner and they're not going to survive without it. But bailing out Argentina doesn't help my market. Sending me the tariff money that me and every other taxpayer in this country is paying for. I buy parts and I buy groceries and I'm paying the tariffs exactly like everybody else is. Sending me that money doesn't fix my problem. I mean, to me, currently all we want to do is throw money everywhere at problems instead of actually sit down and try to fix one. If Argentina fails, okay, they're my second biggest competition. If we're going to make American agriculture great and make it stand on its own 2 feet, then I need my second biggest competitor to fail, because that only leaves me one to fight.
If the market does go to Argentina, say it stays in Argentina or it goes to Brazil as it currently is there, and I know Donald Trump was going to talk to Xi about this, but that meeting, according to Trump, he delayed it or put it off indefinitely. Does it come back to the U.S.? How does it come back to the U.S.?
I don't know that it does come back. I mean, you look at China spent billions of dollars in South America building infrastructure. They're building a railroad through Peru. I mean, they're vested in this deal. And then we got mad Friday and told the Chinese off and cost us 20% of the market Friday because beans went down 20. We had actually got to a good basis Thursday, actually to a positive basis. We were all excited, like, wait a minute, this might work a little bit. And Trump got mad at China and made the big tweet about China, and they took 15 cents off the basis and 20 cents off the market. I don't know that the Chinese are coming back. I mean, I don't know that. Why would you come back with somebody that every day they don't know where they stand? Anytime they do anything, and I'm not telling you the Chinese are perfect, but anytime they do anything, we get mad. There's no stable ground. How do you feed 1 billion people without stable ground?
It's a really good point. Scott, thank you so much. Scott Farmer and Scott Brown. Scott Farmer. That's funny. Farmer. Scott Brown and Ed Luce. Gentlemen, I appreciate it. I really do.